um, Farming Simulator 15. And so what I thought we'd do this time is go ahead and get this Krone mowing machine set up for these fields, new courseplay courses set up. And so what I've got here is I've got my Perimeter 27 course loaded in, and I'm going to create this the course generation. I clicked on this up and down deal here, this button, and which is the course generation. And so for the field edge path is the currently loaded course, since courseplay of course will not recognize the perimeter of a field that's got grass planted on it. And then I hit the calculator button, set the working width of this machine, which is 13.3 meters, and the starting corner is going to be the southeast, and we're going to go west. Oop. There we go. And return to force first point is deactivated, no headland. And so then we're going to click this calculate button, generate the field course, and we got that set. And so then we're just going to go ahead and save it as field 27. I guess we can call it field 27. Whoa. Field 27. I guess mow and rake. Since rake. Mow and rake, since we're both doing both at the same time, basically. Okay, and we have no really grass to mow, so let's just head on back over to this other field. And we'll do the same over here. For what that is, we'll start the course over here. Okay, and this is field 22, so what we need to do is unload the courses here. And we'll load in field 22 rake, we don't need any more. And mow field 22, we don't need any more. We're going to load in the perimeter of field 22. And then we're going to click on this course generation button. And the currently loaded course, which is perimeter of field 22. And we've already got the working width set. And we're going in the southeast corner in the west, which is correct. So we'll just click the calculate. Got that one. Save it as field 22, mow, and rake. Right. Okay, so those are set, and once the grass gets ready to mow again, we'll be ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold up this thing and park it. Now, if you remember from last video, I had a little difficulty with getting the two courses loaded in for the perimeter, for the collector to pick up the grass and then take it to the biogas plant automatically and unload it there at the biogas. So let me get back in, where is it? Yeah, right there. So we've got an empty trailer this time, and so what I'm going to try to do is see if we can start back on that course picking up the grass, and then see if it'll automatically take it and unload it at the biogas plant. I suspect that what happened last time was probably due to the fact that we already had the trailer full, and it just didn't know where it had left off previously, since I had I think I had even exited the game save and come back in, so it probably didn't realize where it needed to pick back up again. So now that we got an empty trailer, we'll try this again. If it still doesn't work, I'll have to, do some more research and some testing and stuff to try to make that work, because that sure would be nice for that to do it automatically. I know it can be done because I've seen videos of guys that have done it, but I just haven't hit that sweet spot yet. Okay, so we're coming up on this first little run here. Let's get this lined up and Go ahead and lower that. There is a turn on function. Okay, so unload that course and get the, let's see, this is field 22. Field 22. Oh, you know what? We messed up. We shouldn't have, I shouldn't have deleted that field 22 rake. Okay, well, I'll have to redo that, I suppose, whenever I get the, yeah, I'll have to redo that. I shouldn't have deleted that. Yeah, well, we'll just pick it up for manually for now, and well, dang, I hate I did that. Oh well, pick it up manually for this time, and then whenever I get the Chrome machine mowing and raking grass, I'll load in that course as with this tractor, and then we'll try it there. This won't take too long. I mean, we're already 20%, so. Yeah, this won't take long. And then once we get all this grass picked up and the trailer is full, I'll just load in the field 22 to biogas and let it go on its way. But yeah, I will have to wait till the Krone has mowed. That way it has its pass set, because this was set for the previous mower that we had that had a smaller working width, and so I don't think it probably wouldn't generate the same if I tried to run that other course already. Well, I guess in other news, I just put up another NASCAR Heat Evolution video. If you haven't been watching those and you're a fan of NASCAR, you should go check them out. I can't really say that it's going to be entertaining. We're starting off as a fledgling team with one primary sponsor and one secondary sponsor, but only if I finish in the top 35, I think. Okay, let me get this course loaded in real quick. Let's see, no course loaded. Okay, so we're going field 22 to biogas and take off. And I'll make sure this gets going again before we move on to something else. And it looks like it's going along the course. So let me get back to loading some logs. Well, anyway, what I was saying was I've raced another track at the NASCAR Heat Evolution, and you know, I was watching another YouTuber today, just today, and oh, we need more trees cut. And he was talking about you know, it still needs some work. I mean, the game has just been released, which, I mean, they're bound to come out with some different or some updates for the game to make it even better. And it does need some work. I mean, if you're on simulation mode, I mean, you better be on top of your game, because if you, say for instance, you're going into the pits and you're at speed and you dive off the track into the onto the apron, there goes our tractor. unless you hit it just right, you're basically going to spin out. I don't know any other way to say it. It's not very good right now. And the other thing is the AI is not where it needs to be with the other cars. If you get behind, you'll find the cars in front of you slowing down to let you catch up and be competitive. And then once you catch them, it's like they've gone superhero mode or something. You can't catch them or you can't pass them. They block you, and it's pretty tough. Which, I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, but they need to address that, or maybe make that an option. But I mean, to me, if you're on simulation mode, then if you get involved with an accident or something, or hit the wall and slow down, then those cars should not slow down to let you catch up. And the other thing that's pretty noticeable is when you're on a track like Texas, Las Vegas. Don't know that I've noticed it on all the tracks, but definitely on some of them. If you're on the straightaway, you've got to fight the steering wheel to make it go straight. The car wants to, at least in my experience, the car wants to veer to the right, and you have to fight the steering wheel to keep it off the wall, and that's not right. That's some tracks maybe, depending on your setup. But to me, I think it even does it on the normal mode. I noticed it the most on simulation, but I just switched back to normal mode, and I can't remember if it was doing it there or not. But anyway, everybody's been complaining about the game, how it needs this and needs that. I mean, yeah, it's not a simulation like iRacing or something, but it's a fun little game. I mean, to me, it's been worth the money. I've been enjoying playing it. The graphics are pretty good. Gameplay is pretty decent for just being released. So I'm sure they'll be making some improvements to it. And if you're hesitant, maybe just watch some YouTube videos and wait for some more updates to come out. But I've had fun with it so far. I haven't really finished all that great. I may have finished in the top 30 a couple of times, but some of those tracks is hard to get used to, because I gotta admit, whenever I was used to playing those NASCAR games, I would always play Talladega and Daytona just because you could hold on to the gas or keep the gas on the whole time around the track. And some of those other places like Bristol and Martinsville and places like that, where you actually have to get on the brakes to get in the corners, never really played much of those. I was always just like being in the drafts and being able to hold the throttle wide open. And not every there's no NASCAR driver out there really that consistently wins week to week. I mean, Jimmy Johnson had some good runs a couple of years back or something like that, 2-3 years ago, and he won a lot. And Kevin Harvick, I think, has had a few streaks where he's won some in a row, and I'm sure there's been others. But some drivers have their good tracks and they got their bad tracks, so I can't really expect to finish high in all the races, so it's somewhat realistic. It sure does seem like time on this game goes by pretty slow. I do have the speed of the game set for 1-to-1, which is real time, and it seems like we've been on this game save now for quite a while. Of course, I started it at like 5:30 in the morning, but that's pretty true to real life. I mean, there was several times where I would pull up on a job site at 6 o'clock in the morning and they were already there. Can't waste a minute. If they can get there at 6 o'clock and make 2 more loads than they would if they got there at 8 o'clock, then that's just money in their pocket. I can't wait for those fields over there to get that grass growing where we can make another cut. I want to see that Krone machine in action. Messed around with it a little bit, I think, on a different games. Well, I guess I had different games out. Maybe I did mess with it in this game, but anyway, it's pretty cool. It does a pretty quick job of cutting that grass, and of course the nice thing about it is it goes ahead and rakes it up too. You don't have to run a rake behind it. I think you can turn that off where you can spread it out evenly, but with what I'm doing, it's perfect to have it to rake it up in those little nice little rows. I guess my log rolled down the hill a minute ago. Okay, well that should be enough for another load, so I'm just going to go ahead and hop off here and get back in my loader. Get us another load to the mill. See if I can get through here. Yeah, the other downside to being such a long game day is, we've got this just on normal speed. I may end up having to speed up time some because our trees that we got planted, one or two of those fields I was planning on using as a chip field anyway. Just cut the whole tree down, chip it up. But I was hoping to use some of those other ones too as full-length logs like we're doing here, but that's going to require probably a few more days, well, at least 2 or 3 maybe, more game days, and so we still got a ways to go on this area here that we're logging at, but I'm kind of worried that we're starting to get, I'm going to run out of trees. I guess we can do something else during that time. Let's see, just for fun, let me get back here where we're cutting at. See, I guess the last tree we cut was probably somewhere about here. Look at the map. Okay, well, we still got quite a ways to go. I'd say at least another game day of yeah, maybe 1 or 2 game days. Maybe not quite that much. At least one day before we get it all cut. We still got all that back in there, and there's a couple other little spots we can go to also. So maybe we'll be okay. And if we do happen to run out of trees, we can just start cutting down some of those ones that we've got planted for chips, and that'll take a little bit of time to get those cut and then load it into the chipper and wood chips sold and all that good stuff, so we should be okay. Ooh. You know, I don't know why I went with the orange weight on the back. I think I could have changed that color. I don't remember. See, there's a red one over there that I used on a different tractor. I just dropped it off. I may switch that out. If that's the same one. Yes, it is. Swap that out. That looks better. My poor skidder just sitting there in the way. I guess I shouldn't have bought that. Alright. What's this log gonna do? I do like the skidder though. It's I don't know, it's you can grab 2 logs and pull them up there, but the thing is kind of slow, and by the time I would drag up those 2, get them hooked up and drag them up there with that skidder, I could probably already have gotten them loaded on the trailer with this tractor. It's a good bit faster. Almost a situation where I need a multiplayer and somebody can be dragging them up while I'm loading them, but I'm not quite set up for a multiplayer. Plus you have to buy another copy of the game to run the multiplayer. And right now I just don't care to do that because I'm getting ready to buy Farming Simulator 17 once it comes out. I'll be playing it. Alright, come on now. So I'm certainly not going to buy another copy of Farming Simulator 15 when 17 is about to come out. Because I definitely want to buy that. No, that didn't work. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about Farming Simulator 17. I was watching a video update. I believe it was on maybe the Farming Simulator YouTube page. They were talking about the train, and on one of the new maps, they're going to have trains that go, around the map somehow. And at a couple of different spots, I believe they've got actually some sort of a loader that's built into the game where you can offload your logs from a trailer onto the train and send your train off to probably the mill or something and unload them there, which I'm looking forward to that. It's been pretty neat. You don't have to truck them. Although I probably still will do it. But just for fun, well, you know what, I'll have to try that out and see if I like it. I've kind of been trying to keep things somewhat realistic to logging here in the South with the trucks and the trailers and skidder and all that stuff, but I never could find a loader that I liked, and so, because normally what happens is the skidder skids the logs up to the landing and then they get delimbed, and unless you got something like that in the field, but they get delimbed and then cut to length, and then you have a static loader that will load them onto the trucks, which is usually a some sort of a trailer-based loader. You'll have basically an 18-wheeler trailer, and the back half of it is has the loader on it, and there's all kinds of different brands, but or you might have a some sort of an excavator, you know, a track loader type thing, and they'll load it on there. Although those are pretty rare. Those machines are, you know, bit hard to maintain and kind of expensive from the start. And plus, they're not quite as mobile as those. Well, they're more mobile than the static trailers, but in terms of having to transport it, yeah, you got to have a low boy and load them up on there and then haul them around. So that the trailers are a lot easier. Just pull up to the site, drop the supports, unhook the trailer, and then you're ready to go, basically. And I did see something recently where I guess it was the Farming Simulator or Giants or whoever, some of the devs were talking about taking the 2015 mods and converting them to the 2017. So that'd be cool. You know, I don't imagine that the game engine has changed much. You probably just need to update a bit of code, and you can use these mods here that we see in the new games. So that'll be good. Modders won't have to worry about, you know, creating brand new mods from scratch or updating a bunch of code. It's probably just some of the XML files that are in those files you can change, probably just a few little things, and you're good to go. They were talking about that. I didn't particularly watch it, but I got enough of the article to realize that they were talking about you can use 2015 mods in 2017. You just have to update them a bit. That will be really good. There's a ton of great mods out there. I mean, this tractor right here I'm using, I believe, was a mod, and the skidder back there is a mod. I believe even this trailer that I'm using for loading up the logs is a mod. There's a lot of great ones out there. People put a lot of work into it, and I would hate for it to not be able to be used, but it looks like you can. Some of those mods are pretty incredibly detailed. This tractor I'm using here is really nice. That skidder's pretty good. Of course, if you've watched my videos before, the one main thing I don't like about it is it doesn't get dirty. I wish they would update that with you know, I'm not sure if it's something in the settings of the mod itself, or you have to do different to the mod, but it'd be nice for it to get dirty. Well, it looks like our trailer with the grass did make it back from the biogas plant. I saw that earlier. And we'll go check on that in a minute. Not that we really need to do much with it, but at least it's there. And, yeah, I'm really going to have to figure out how to make that. Well, we'll have to get the grass cut first and then run that new course and see if it will do it. It sure will be nice to have both of those courses loaded in there to automatically take it to the biogas plant and come back and start where it picked up, or pick back up where it left off. You know, I almost kind of hate that we spent that $300,000 on that Chrome machine, but I think it's going to be well worth it, because basically what we did with that Chrome machine was we combined the mower and the rake into one thing, one piece of equipment, and we've now got spares. So I'm planning on buying some more fields. In fact, I thought about doing it earlier, but decided we needed to get back to some forestry. But I will definitely buy some more fields, probably on the north end of the map, and we'll plant those in grass, and then probably haul my spare equipment now up there. We'll have that to use. See if I can do this just right over this stump. Guess it's not gonna go over the stump. That's good enough. So we'll probably end up having to buy another tractor with a grass collector or forage wagon, whatever you want to call it. We'll have to buy another set of that so we can have that equipment to use at the north end of the map. And since the grass, I think the grass needs 24 hours to grow, game time 24 hours. So we'll have probably can use a nice little rotation on those fields, and we won't have to buy any more than probably one or two more sets of the collector. I can probably use that Krone and the other mower and rake on half the fields. I don't really want to buy a ton of extra fields just to use for grass, but I do want to get that silage operation going. That can be kind of like a little side job. And also at this point, I don't really know how much longer we're going to go with the forestry stuff. I was planning on seeing how big we could build up the operation, and so far we've done pretty good. Of course, I spent a lot of money on equipment, but kind of part of it. I'm probably going to go until I just absolutely get tired of playing it, but I don't think that's going to be for quite a while. I think this is going to be episode number 20. I mean, I've got probably a good 20 more in me, I would think. I'd like to get the chipping operation going, and buy a few more fields and plant those with trees, and just get a bunch of fields going with trees, and that way we can really ramp it up, because these areas like this where they're kind of sparsely planted with trees, it's kind of hard to, you know, get into a rhythm and get a bunch of trees cut at once. Of course, this area here where the trees are kind of not evenly spaced. Now, that's kind of realistic in a way anyway, because normally what you do in a plantation type operation is you come in, you know, for a first thinning probably about, I'm not sure exactly what maybe about year 8 to 12, something like that, and you'll kind of thin out the stand. Maybe do a every other row type thing, or every third row, something like that. And then you wait a few more years and you come back in for a second thinning, and you'll probably go the other way maybe, and take out a few more rows or something. And then eventually you get to the point where, depending on what their what their objective is with that stand of trees, you might, there we go. You know, you might come in and do a selective harvest where you just pick out some of the maybe trees that are crooked, or they're growing too close and there's some competition, so you want to take out some of that competition to let the sunlight through and that sort of thing. Which helps the stand, because it needs the sunlight obviously to grow bigger and straighter and all that. So it just depends basically on their long-term objectives on their field or that particular stand of trees. Always fun to hop in a vehicle and watch the truck go by on its own, or the tractor or whatever. Alright, here's what I'm looking for. Okay, so he's reached the end of his course. I'm just going to stop him. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of this grass picked up. I think I can probably get it all. I don't think we're going to get a full trailer load out of what's left. We might. But, so we've reached about 9 o'clock in the game. It seemed like I said, it seemed like it's been going forever with this game save this day, because we started so early, about 5 or 5:30. But we'll get through it and get the rest of this grass picked up. And then when this grass is ready to be cut again, I'm going to use that big chrome machine and get some different camera angles here. And we'll cut this grass and get it raked up, and then we'll use the same course to pick it up with this collector here. And we'll see if we can't get that dual course working this time, where it picks up the grass and takes it to the mill automatic, or to the biogas plant automatically. And then we'll continue on with our logging operation too. In fact, before we leave this video, let me just hop over here and check out our trees. Let me find my little pickup truck. Yeah, so still not much there. There's just not a whole lot over here either. I want to say these were the first 2 fields we planted. So it's probably going to need another day or 2 or 3 for those trees to pick on up. And then let's run over here right quick while we're in the pickup truck and go look at our other stand of trees we got planted over here. I think we're going to see pretty much the same thing. But we'll just run over here real quick and take a look. I need to finish planting field. See, what field is that over there? 30 something down there in the bottom left hand corner of the map. Yeah, see, these trees aren't even ready for. I wouldn't even use these for chips yet. They need to get a little bigger. Oh, I forgot about that route over there. I gotta fix that. See, these trees, they might look a little bigger. They still need some work. Need to grow a little bit. I don't even want to use those for chips just yet. These are the same way. And we got one more field over here. Whoa. Field number 1. And I probably could go ahead and plant this area too. I don't know how that planter is going to work with all these little bumps and hills and everything, but I guess I could give it a try. Yeah, same story here. Just need some more time. But we'll do that, and I would imagine it's probably going to take another couple of days game time for them to get, you know, at least chip size. And then I'm probably going to end up having to redo my course play route for this truck too. Looks like it's running into the train again. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and next time we'll cut down some more trees and make another run to the mill. And hopefully, well, let's see, we won't have grass to mow by then, but we'll continue to work on our forestry side of it and try to get maybe a couple of runs to the mill. See what we can do as far as money-wise. So thanks for watching, and until next time, we'll see you.